Welcome to today's finals of the Gfinity StarCraft Cup, ladies and gents. Map number 1 is going to be on Terraform for this ZvZ. Spawning in the top left position as the blue Zerg player representing Team Acer, it is Bly. His opponent spawning in the bottom right representing Samsung as the red Zerg player, it is Solar. Now, Bly has very notably already played two very, very difficult ZvZs. He beat Snoot and he beat True to get here. So, big statement of intent. He's playing another Zerg in the finals. We'll see if he can take out Solar. Solar, in the meantime, has predominantly played Protosses to get here. And he predominantly did that at least until the semi-finals, where he managed to successfully defeat Revolver. And this, of course, leads us to the all-Zerg ZvZ final. Looks like both players are going to be going for... We'll see if we have pools first, but can also have hatcheries at this point. There's a pool for Bly. How about for Solar? Solar looks like he's going for the hatchery first. Cool. So, slightest bit of difference in the early game. At the moment, nothing much to read into it. We'll see what happens as the game progresses. Of course, it should even out economically if both players opt to continue to go into what would be a quote-unquote standard macro game. And we have got the gas first going down before the spawning pool from Solar as well. So that will delay his queens a fair bit. But it also means he'll be able to get a very quick Zergling speed once the spawning pool is actually complete. So pros and cons. And Bly, wow. Going for interesting shenanigans here, guys. He's going for the gold base, but he's actually doing it from the opposite side as well. So Solar's going to come in here, see that there's no natural expansion on the way, and go, hang on a second, what is going on? He's probably going to go and scout for the gold. He won't see anything this side of the gold base. Bly has put his hatchery on the opposite side. Something you can do on Terraform. Very, very interesting stuff here. And we'll see if it ends up paying off. Bly with some funky, funky strategies here in game number 1. First 4 lings on the way out now from Solar. Also on the way, of course, from Bly. The Overlord does get shooed away after spotting that there is no expansion there. So, we'll see how that goes. Spine Crawler going up now for Solar. He's going, hang on a second, if he doesn't have a natural, what's going on here? And Bly moving towards the third base location to see if he can spot anything. The Overlord for Solar does go past the gold base and won't see anything. If only it went past a little bit earlier. I want to say it might just about see creep moving on around here. But these 2 links from Solar will spot that it is the gold base being taken, and it is actually being taken from the other side. This drone with gold minerals, no, he's getting chased. Bly needs to defend, and he will come back with these 4 Zerglings. Bly needs to mine from this ASAP and really go aggressive now. His plan is to have a superior economy sustain an attack against Solar for long enough that Solar has to capitulate. So Bly will have an income advantage for the next couple of minutes. He needs to get his drone count up at the gold base, though. And so far, there's only the 1 drone mining there. He hasn't actually transferred any workers down. So right now, he does not, I repeat, does not have an income advantage. He needs to patiently wait until he can get that. He needs more drones at the gold for this to work. And right now, he's only producing lings. So the fact that he's taken this gold base at the moment, I honestly don't think is working. Because he's on 18 drones versus 24. If we take a look at the income, there's actually no advantage to Bly taking the gold right now. He has an awful lot of banelings, and when you have banelings, you can get quote-unquote lucky hits. But to be honest, when there are this many banes, you can get lucky hits all over the shop. Oh, and a fantastic defensive posture, actually, coming out from Solar here, means that Bly gets nearly no damage done at all. And now he's droning up behind it, but to be perfectly honest, I think he should have waited initially until he had enough income to try and make this happen. So right now, okay, he's got 4 drones coming out in this base. Needs a couple more, though. He's still 24 versus 27 workers. He wants to try and squeeze that income advantage. There are more Lings out on the field for Solar right now, and he might be making some sort of concerted effort to try and take down this base sooner rather than later. There is no Spine Crawler here, by the way. It's very, very difficult for Bly to defend this. All the Banelings cancel each other out over there, and that leaves, well, that basically leaves Bly a little bit out in the cold. This Queen is going to get taken down. Additional Lings come out, but Solar should be able to win this fight with the extra Baneling he has coming in from behind. Bly can do nothing about this, and that is a hit and a half, and honestly, I think that is the nail in the coffin for Bly. It's so far to run for reinforcements right now. It's 32 to 21 workers, and Solar is up 50 to 39 supply. I think Bly should have droned up a little bit earlier and tried to use an income advantage. He attacked very, very early on, but Solar had a fantastic defense over here, and that made things very difficult for Bly indeed. Number of workers killed this game, guys, 7 to 0, all in favor of Solar right now. Queen almost getting picked off inside the main base as well. That would have sucked from a Larva point of view. And Bly is trying his best to get back into this game through mining additional resources at the gold base, and he is close, to be fair, to where Solar is now. But again, he needs to surpass it, and he needs to surpass it for a sustained length of time, and that's what he hasn't been able to do to date. Oh, and also, you know, Banelings, explosions, etc., etc. Now, Solar doesn't have that many Lings out on the map anymore, but that's primarily because he's switching up into Roaches, and he really wants to make an effort to taking down this gold base. Bly has to keep the pressure up, needs to reduce the number of units he's losing out in the middle of the map, really try and limit the amount of exposure Solar is likely to get here. And it looks like the Banelings all get cancelled out, but the number of Roaches left behind for Solar is huge right now. And even though there's a Spine Crawler here for Bly, I'm not sure he'll be able to defend against this incoming attack. Here comes Solar with Lings, a single Baneling, and a whole bunch of Roaches, and that Spine Crawler is going to go down so quickly. That is not, unfortunately, going to be effective at all. The Queen goes down as well. The gold base has to be abandoned, and it's now 2 base versus 1. It's 77 versus 45 supply, and Bly looks like he is going to lose game number 1 here. Baneling moving across from Solar. Bly can't even defend with those Speedlings. The gold base is definitely forfeit. It looks like we'll see a counterattack with these Lings, but again, Spine Crawler up here. There will be a Queen. Potential for blocking over here as well, just to really close the door on that kind of action. And also, on top of all of this, Solar is now inside Bly's base. And yeah, okay, the Queen's in a good position. You got some Roaches out as well, but all Solar has to do is wait until his own Roaches move up the ramp. And that's exactly what he does now. Bly's army cannot cope. Here comes a potential counterattack. That gets chased back by a bunch of Lings, and Bly is getting picked apart left, right, and center. After doing so, to be fair, he's done so well so far. But Solar seems to have come up with a solution, at least against Bly's more funky plays, and he goes up 1-0 in this best-of-3 final. It's not over yet, though, and Bly won 2 amazing ZvZs to get here, so we'll see if he can come back in the next game.